Hi, my name is Arthur Jones, and I'll be doing the Pieces of April questions. So, number one, how do I perceive the use of processed homemade food in the film's narrative? I felt that the use of processed food was it was kind of looked down upon, especially with the first family. They kind of were, especially the guy who was kind of more looking down on it, was saying how you should make your own stuffing, make your own cranberry sauce, which he ended up doing for at least the cranberry sauce. And I felt like it was kind of just looked down upon, I guess. How does the food fit into Stern's discussion of the seasons and narrative conventions? I felt like it was more, not tragedy, but dramatic, I would say. Like, the mom was really against going to the thing, or going to the dinner, and then throughout the movie, like, she just gets more and more against it the closer they get there. They end up leaving, and then they come back, and I feel like it was dramatic in the sense that it was sad and then happy at the end. How could the family dynamic be described in relation to generational concepts of food? I feel like the family was kind of more old school, at least like the parents and Beth and then the son. They didn't like, I don't think they really liked that she had tattoos or dyed her hair or had all these piercings. But in the relation to concepts of food, I felt like it showed, it was kind of like how she was making all this food before with processed, kind of pre-store bought, but usually I guess in generational terms, like if you're older generation, you would want to make like your own cranberry sauce, make your own stuffing, so like it has its own like flavor to it. What is the aesthetic style of the film? I felt like it was kind of more of like a New York-y film, like the apartment was like really old school looking, really tightly packed. You didn't really own a car, you kind of owned like a bike, or as Bobby was riding, a scooter. As you could tell when she was walking up and down the stairs trying to get help, there was so many different like people. Like there was the Asian family, there was a bunch of different families just like living throughout the whole apartment complex, which I just thought was, that's kind of New York. There's just like a lot of different ethnicities throughout the entire building, throughout the entire city, I guess. And then can this film be considered a food film? I feel like this food could be considered a food film. It doesn't just talk about food. It talks about how, like, she was making this food for her family, but then there's a deeper meaning behind, like, she didn't know how to make the food, and then she got help from so many different families that were living inside the apartment, each having their own way with the food. So I just thought it was just really interesting.